It's time again for the Insiders with Chuck Chvala and Scott Jensen, sponsored by the Wisconsin Counties Association and the Tommy G. Thompson Center on Public Leadership.
Hi, I'm Chuck Chvala, former State Senate Majority Leader.
And I'm Scott Jensen, former Assembly Speaker.
And we're the Insiders. So, Scott, probably the most interesting congressional race in the state is the third. This is a rematch, more than a rematch, a double rematch of Orden-Cooke versus Derrick Van Orden. What's your take on the race? Who's going to win? Why are they going to win? What's happening?
Well, it is a rematch, and I don't know why any compelling reason other than the fact that the electoral environment is a little more difficult for Van Orden, that he doesn't win again. He beat her before. I think he's likely to beat her this time. He's got 2 more years in as an incumbent. He's been able to do lots of things there. My guess is that, she's just counting on being lifted by a Democratic wave over the top, because she's not making any different arguments this time than she made last time. And, this is a very incumbent-friendly district. I'm not sure if I can recall when an incumbent congressman got beat in that district. I don't think it's happened in a long, long time. So I think it's unlikely that she wins. I think it's a rematch, and we're going to see the same result as we saw last time. He beat her last time by 3 points, I believe. I think we're going to see something similar this time.
Well, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think that Orden-Cooke is going to win this seat by at least 5%. And let me tell you why. Orden-Cooke in the last election ran significantly, like it was, I think, 5,000 votes or more, ahead of Kamala Harris in that district. She also ran ahead of Tammy Baldwin, who has kind of been the Democratic standard bearer with the highest vote totals across the state. So she ran ahead of both of them in a presidential year where Trump was popular. Guess what? Things have changed. We've talked about this before in this program, that it used to be that in the presidential year, Democrats did better. That's not the way it is anymore. And this district is a good example. Generically, things will be substantially better. And that's just the idea that we're in a gubernatorial year versus presidential year. It will be better for Orden-Cooke, and that'll get her over the finish line alone. But on top of that, you also have an environment where Donald Trump is unpopular. All of the cost of living issues, they all fall on Derrick Van Orden and Donald Trump. This is an environment where cost of living is really the key issue, and whether things are affordable. And I'll tell you what, that is going to really hurt him. So the dynamics have changed dramatically from before. And that's why I think you're going to see a dramatic change. I kid you not. I believe that Orden-Cooke is going to win that district by 5%. People will be amazed, because it is not a district that you would think would be close, that would be that far apart. You would think it would be close. But this year is a very different year. She runs ahead of the top of the ticket. This year is a gubernatorial year, which means Democrats are better. Affordability is the issue, and it hurts Republicans. I don't see any way that Derrick Van Orden makes it back. And Van Orden. And by the way, that doesn't even include his harassing students who are taking pictures in the Capitol and being generally kind of a jerk around the Capitol that people aren't real thrilled with.
Well, he's won before. I think he's likely to win again. I don't think she has made the case for getting rid of him. And we're going to run the same race that we had the last couple of times. And I think we're going to get the same result. But we'll see.
We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Insider with Chuck Chvala and Scott Jensen, sponsored by the Wisconsin Counties Association and the Tommy G. Thompson Center on Public Leadership.